Now Ashoka. I have already made videos on Chandragupta Maurya and in administration, on his account, Megasthenes and all, and various or more videos are related to it. That Magadhan Empire, Bimbisara is there, Seleucus is there, and Nanda dynasty is there. That after Bimbisara, Ajat Shatru, then after Nanda dynasty came. After overcoming the Nanda dynasty, Chandragupta Maurya came through the help of Kautilya, that is Chanakya and all. So now we will see Ashoka. So what are the views of Buddhists on Ashoka? Like first, from where we come to know about Ashoka. So first account that we will know that Buddhist authors. So according to Buddhist tradition, he was so cruel in his early life that he killed his 99 brothers to win the throne. However, as this statement is based on legend, it may be mythical, because it is taking like large, that it is completely mythical seems to be have. And lots of things that in Buddhist tradition was written, there was no account like evidence found about it, so we can't trust this statement. And Ashoka's biography written by Buddhist authors is so full of fiction that it cannot be taken seriously. Okay, and now Ashokan inscription. So we will start from Ashokan inscription, from where we will know about that, how Ashoka was that, how Ashoka used to do all those things, like related to empire, how he used to telling about himself to the people. So the history of Ashoka is reconstructed on the basis of his inscription. The history of Ashoka is reconstructed on the basis of his inscriptions, 39 in numbers, that are classified as major rock edicts, minor rock edicts, separate rock edicts, major pillar edicts, and minor pillar edicts. Even you will find all the things today. So the Ashokan inscription had names on it which found in the south of India. That Ashokan inscriptions found in the south of India, even in found in south of India. Some of you will found in the Greek also. Greek language also he has written, like as per the community or the places he has chose the language and written about it. He wrote about it. Okay, so it is significant that Ashoka's name does not occur in any of his inscription from north or northwest India. That his inscription does not have Ashoka name. So the inscription which do not carry his name mention only a word Deva Nam Piya Piyadashi. That most of the inscription, like some of the inscription which does not have a name, so there was one common word, like I will write it here. The inscriptions which do not carry his name mention only Deva Nampiya Piya Dasi. Okay, it means dear to the gods, and leave out the name of Ashoka. So he was compared with the favorite of the god. Okay, in the place of his name. And the title Devanampiya, or dear to gods, adopted by Ashoka was not unique, but also adopted by his ancestor. After coming of the Ashoka, after going of the Ashoka, his ancestor also used this name Devanampiya. However, Piyadasi, or good looking, seems to have been the unique title that Ashoka used. That Ashoka only used that Piyadasi title, that Devanampiya Piyadasi. And as the successor of after the Ashoka ancestor, like before the Ashokas, they used the term Devanampiya. But Ashoka also used the term Devanampiya, but with Priyadasi. It means that good looking. Okay. And how can we say that now the Ashoka was the first Indian kind to speak directly to the people through his inscription, which carry a royal orders. Like through his inscription, he used to carry royal orders. Like say, Ashoka was the first Indian kind to speak directly to the people through his inscriptions, which carry royal orders. Okay, so Ashokan inscriptions have been found in India, Nepal, Pakistan, Afghanistan, but it is significant that Ashokan inscriptions, which were generally located on the ancient highways, have been found at 6 places in Afghanistan. That in Afghanistan, at 6 places his inscription have been found. And it was composed in Prakri, that was local language. They were written in Brahmin script in the greater part of the subcontinent. And however, in the northwestern part of the subcontinent, where the unity was not there earlier, but Chandragupta Maurya captured also those places. So in the greater part of the subcontinent, however, in the northwestern part of the subcontinent, they appeared in Amic language and Kharoshti script. Kharoshti that I was talking about, it was in the Greek language. So, and in Afghanistan, they were written in both Aramic and Greek scripts and language. Thus, he was the first Indian king to speak directly to the people through his inscription, which carried royal orders. It means, as per the people and community, he was choosing the language and he was inscripting to that location, to that pillars or whatever he was constructing on those things. Okay. So, let me write it. It is significant that Ashokan inscriptions, which were generally located on ancient highways, have been found at 6 places in Afghanistan, composed in Prakrit. They were written in Brahmi script in the greater part of the subcontinent. However, in the northwestern part of the subcontinent, they appeared in Aramaic language and Kharoshti script, and in Afghanistan they were written in both Aramic and Greek scripts and languages. So thus we can say that Ashokan was the first Indian kind to speak directly to the people through his inscription, which carried the royal orders. So why would it be wrong to think that Kalinga war caused Ashoka to become an extreme pacifist? So after Kalinga war, he felt complete misery, like lots of killing happened in that war. So it was like it would be wrong to think that Kalinga war caused Ashoka to become an extreme pacifist, because the story came like he became complete pacifist after the Ashoka war. But it will be wrong to think, because he never pursued the policy of peace for the sake of peace under all circumstances, because but he adopted the practical policy of consolidating his empire. That he was all consolidating means collecting the empire at one place, grouping of empire. So he retained Kalinga after his conquest and incorporated it into his empire. And within the empire, he appointed a class of officer called known as Rajukas, who were vested with the authority not only to reward people but also to punish them when necessary. So we can't say like after Kalinga war Ashoka become an extreme pacifist. If he was become the extreme pacifist, then why he is appointing that Rajukas, and the people who is not following the orders, why they are getting punished? Okay. So should I write it? Just explain, just read, just understand this term. Like many terms came, like he became complete pacifist after Kalinga war, he was a changed person. No, it was not like that exactly. We can't say like this, because he already he placed his authority over Kalinga. He merged Kalinga into his empire, and he the officers that was known as Rajukas spelling is Rajukas, the officers known as Rajukas, who were vested as authority to reward people, that if people are going doing good things, they will reward it, but if they are doing something wrong, they will punish also. So how can we say that after that Kalinga Ashoka became extreme pacifist? No, we can't say that. And what was the Ashoka's teaching? Ashoka taught people to live and let live. Ashoka let me write the Kalinga thing also, otherwise you will miss it. That after Kalinga war, we can't exactly say that Ashoka became extreme pacifist. It is because after the war he consolidated lots of empire including Kalinga. Further, he appointed Rajukas, a officer over there, who will award people in good things, further give harsh punishment when necessary. So because of this term we can say that Ashoka was not extreme pacifist after the Kalinga war. And what was the teaching of Ashoka? Ashoka's teaching, that Ashoka taught people, he taught people to live and let live. Geo or Gine do. He emphasized compassion toward animals. He emphasized compassion towards animal and proper behavior towards relatives. His teachings were meant to strengthen the institution of family and the existing social issues. He held that if the people behaved well, they would go to heaven, but never said that they would attain nirvana, which was the goal of Buddhist teaching. So, Ashoka's teaching were thus intended to maintain the existing social order on the basis of tolerance. So we can't say that he was talking about nirvana kind of things, that if you do good things you will go to heaven, you will attain nirvana and all. No, he was saying like if you behave properly then you will go to heaven, and that's it. And he was trying to maintain social order, like trying to maintain social order within the family also. Okay, social order is basically related to society, but society and family also. Okay, and Ashoka brought the political unification of the country. He bound it further by one dharma, one language. He bounded country with one dharma and one language. Okay, and in Brahmi script, which was used for most of his inscription, virtually one of the script as Brahmi, where he used which he used in his most of his inscriptions. In unifying the country, he respected such non-Indian scripts in Kharosthi, Aramaic, and Greek, which I have already talked that in his inscription he used all these language, and these all these inscriptions language or scripts. Foreign scripts as per the local people, and in many of the places he does not use his name also, and his multi scripts and multilingual inscription enabled him to contact literate people. So literate people were able to read it, and they were contacting Ashokas also. And Ashoka followed a tolerant religious policy, not attempting to force his Buddhist faith on his subjects. On the contrary, he made gifts to non-Buddhist and even anti-Buddhist sects. So he is even famous in his history for his policy of peace, non-aggression, and cultural conquest. And he did not wage any war after the conquest of Kalinga. This is true, and in this sense Ashoka was certainly far ahead of his day and generation. However, Ashoka's policy did not have any lasting impact on his viceroys and vassals, who declared themselves independent in their respective areas after the king in Tyre in the 232 BC. No, this is not important. So the policy did not succeed in converting his neighbor, who swooped on the northwestern frontier of the empire within the 30 years of Ashoka, giving up power in 232 BC. So the overall meaning is that he brought political unification. He used inscription in not only in local Prakrit language, but also in foreign scripts like Aramaic, Kharosthi, and Greek and all, and which further attracted literate people in his empire. Okay, that's it. Thank you.